Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into a really unique philanthropic effort. It's got such a personal story behind it. Our source is the DAK Foundation, a legacy of canine compassion.
Hmm.
And our mission really is to explore where this foundation came from, its core purpose, and how one very personal story grew into this big effort to help dogs.
Yeah.
There are some really heartwarming and kind of unexpected details in here,
Yeah.
including a pretty surprising twist on how the legacy lives on,
Yeah.
involves another dog, and let's just say a name linked to maybe your daily coffee run. We'll get to that.
Okay, so let's jump into the beginnings. The DAK Foundation. The origin story really sets the scene emotionally. It's kind of remarkable. Diane Goldberg, she's one of the co-founders, adopted her very first pet ever, a Shih Tzu named DAK, when she was 70.
70 years old, yeah.
Her first pet. The source really emphasizes how deep her love was for this little dog. I mean, just think about that. Finding that connection at 70, it's pretty powerful. It really is.
Yeah.
And what's key here is how that specific, profound bond she formed with DAK, especially at that point in her life, that became the direct spark for the DAK Foundation, Inc. It just shows how a really intense, maybe even newfound passion can actually build the foundation for, well, a whole charity. It's got this power that goes way beyond just one person.
Absolutely, that personal connection driving everything. Sadly, though, as happens, both Diane and DAK passed away eventually, and the founder talked about feeling this, quote, hole in my heart and needing to fill that hole.
That's a feeling a lot of us who've lost a pet really understand, unfortunately. A deep sense of loss.
Right. But then another Shih Tzu came into the picture.
Yes, and this is where it gets, well, quite interesting and kind of sweet. This new dog was named Dunkin.
Dunkin, okay.
And the inspiration, it wasn't just Diane's love for DAK, though that was central, definitely. It was also Dunkin' coffee.
No kidding. Coffee.
Yep. It's sort of this charming mix, isn't it? Something deeply personal, honoring Diane and DAK, blended with this, everyday reference. So Duncan became the new face of the foundation. He carries on that legacy, really, as a tribute to Diane and DAK in heaven, as the source puts it.
Wow. A tribute fueled by love.
Yeah.
And maybe a little caffeine inspiration. It's memorable, that's for sure. Okay, so we understand the heart behind it, these really deep personal roots. Let's shift gears a bit to the actual work. What exactly does the DAK Foundation do? What's its mission?
Right. So fundamentally, the DAK Foundation, Inc. zeroes in on a huge hurdle in animal rescue, the cost of veterinary care. For a lot of rescues and shelters, these vet bills can be, well, overwhelming. It forces tough choices about which animals they can even afford to help.
That makes sense. A very practical problem.
Exactly. So DAK steps in specifically to help cover those costs, things like getting dogs healthy, spaying or neutering, vaccinations, basically everything needed to get them ready for adoption. They help make dogs adoption ready when, the money might otherwise just not be there.
That sounds incredibly vital. They've really found a critical gap to fill. But, okay, how does that work practically? Like boots on the ground? How does the money get to the dogs who need it?
They've set up a specific system. They work with what they call DAK Club member veterinarians.
Okay.
These are vets they partner with who are already working with rescues. These vets identify dogs that need significant medical help, maybe the ones that are expensive to treat and might get overlooked. Then these vets refer the rescue or the family needing help directly to the DAK Foundation.
So there's a vetting process through the veterinarians.
Precisely. And then the DAK Foundation helps cover that financial need up to a certain amount annually, is how the source describes it. It supports these pets on their journey to good health and hopefully towards their forever families. It's a targeted way to make sure the funds really help those most in need.
That's very clear. So for you listening, what this boils down to is an organization specifically designed to bridge that financial gap in veterinary care for rescue dogs. It helps animals get healthy, get adopted, and it's all built on this really touching personal story of love. And if this resonates with you, they mention on their website, www.dakfoundationusa.org, that donations of any size are welcome. So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, it really makes you think about the ripple effect one pet can have, doesn't it? And what stands out here, I think, is that element of late-in-life connection. Diane finding this deep love with DAK at 70, it wasn't just a side note, it was the actual catalyst.
Exactly.
It really shows that, profound purpose can find you at any stage, maybe even unexpectedly later in life.
Absolutely. It really drives home that idea. A passion discovered later, even if it's completely new, can be just as powerful, just as transformative as something you've done your whole life. It can grow into something structured, something impactful that helps a whole community of animals that jump from the very personal to the broadly philanthropic is pretty amazing here.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. Could there be some unexpected connection, maybe something recent in your own life
Yeah.
that holds the potential for something bigger? Or maybe it's just about noticing the quiet ways love and remembrance are already making a difference out there in the world around us.